It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Chargers. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scouch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Ball teed up. Austin Seibert out for the kick. And here we go from L.A. Darius Davis to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They motion a receiver left. Here's Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he drives this forward until they bring him down at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
So the penalty is going to back him up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's complete. It's the rookie from Georgia. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Herbert from the gun. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Getting out to his left.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the pistol, it's Herbert. That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. He's got to gain a 6 there. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Running behind center with Edwards. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. A run for no gain doesn't help matters. It's 3rd and long coming up.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And that play's brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards.
And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers get the game's first points here in the second. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Well, we've had to wait until the second quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. And we're going to see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Down a touchdown, with how long they've been sitting over there, I know the feeling. You're chomping at the bit, and likely going to be pretty aggressive with the football.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, here's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Daniels back to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Again, Daniels to the air. And he's taken down at the 30. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 now from the 30. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Daniels now against a blitz. That one's complete, right side. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie it before halftime. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert back to throw. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10, here's Herbert. He's on the move. He takes it himself. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Herbert. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Throwing on first is Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Hits him on the in route. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Elijah Molden.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 28. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Chargers take possession. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. A give to Dobbins to start the 3rd. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Herbert from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Herbert on 1st down. He beams one deep right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly Tells me these two are on the same page.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Herbert to throw once more. Finds a seam down the middle. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. Will get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. Third down, 1 yard to go. Now Daniels off the play action. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. He's back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
So a big kick coming up for Austin Seibert. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers up by 4. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time, 1:55 to go. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running it again with Dobbins. And he runs multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. One of the tight ends motioning right. On second down, here's Dobbins. And he's tackled for a short gain. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Commanders' drive is going to start from deep on their own side of the field. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Got a man. Robinson has it. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it, because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
To throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, after that stop, Kate, they can start to celebrate. Well, kind of. They still got to finish this game. And my favorite formation in football, that victory formation. Get into it, secure the football, and you'll secure this victory.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Chargers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los